Be live. Hello everybody. My name is Zebra Agent, and we are at the Italian Grand Prix, everybody. Here we are at Monza. Let me quickly make sure that the stream is working on my end. One sec, everybody. Okay, yep, it works on mine. I'm gonna pull up chat on the side menu real quick. Let me pull up the chat on my other monitor real quick, just so I have it, so I can reply and read what you guys talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Italian Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. This is race 7 of season 6. Let me quickly reset. So this will be a fun one because it should be clear skies, which means no rain. So it's really going to come down to the skill of these drivers. Quickly see if I can fly. Fly. Okay. Oh, what the? This car is all red. So this is, I guess, the brand new, super epic secret livery that Williams is running. Okay, now I'm flown. There you go. So this is obviously a modified track, since this league does support that. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we got the first chicane. The big wide turns. Honestly, I don't think the track is modified too much, apart from the trees and grandstands being removed, just to help all the lower end devices run it better. There's some stuff up there in the sky. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, you know what this might be? This might be... Actually, I don't know what that might be. Oh, I think that's just the sand pits for the... Yep, for the parabolic. Pits are closed. People are getting ready, lining up right now. So let's kind of go over what this race is going to be. So this is obviously the Temple of Speed, but for our league, this is the Temple of Crashes, because this track is probably the highest, like, it's the track with the most crashes at all in this league, and it's mainly due to the first two chicanes over here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some crashes right now. Yep, two people flying into the wall, flying and crashing. Oh, yep. Yep. This is why this is called the Temple of Crashes and not the Temple of Speed in this league, because all you're going to see is crashes. People really have to be really careful. Um, So in Season 5, Ferrari was able to get front row, so P1 and P2, during qualifying. But maybe this season it might be a little bit different. Now the lap record for this track is a 39.1 with ADA 331, but another driver, Octavian, also claims to have hit that time, but there is no definitive proof. See, people are going really wide there. Really impressive, honestly. There you go. There they go. So, yeah, we have 10-minute qualifying. Take a look at the leaderboard real quick. No official times have been set yet because people were doing their outlaps. Now, actually, pretty cool thing for this race is that, as you can see, Adam Minecraft in P13 is actually is making a little comeback into F1. If you don't know, Adam Minecraft is a beloved member of the league, and they haven't raced in a long, long time. And Williams is trying to go ahead and help him out, bring him back into F1. So hopefully we'll see some sort of result from him. Oh, that's a bad crash. Oh, yep. But yeah, hopefully today we'll be able to see at least maybe points scored from Adam Minecraft. We don't really know, but hopefully he's able to make a smooth transition back into Formula One. Following the Cadillac over here, struggling through that turn there, which is understandable. And I believe this is going to be Adam. I think this is Adam Minecraft right here. So as you can see, yep, he is making his way back, becoming a little bit unrusty. So it'll probably take him a few laps to get there, but I think he can do it. Cadillac is parked on the street. Let's take a look at the leaderboard right now. So I can see, oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I think Ada just set a freaking Monza record, guys, with a 39.062, ladies and gentlemen. That is insane. So that's really impressive. Second is Octavian, of course, and holy moly, people are still flying. And fun fact, at the chicanes, the curbs have been flattened, and yet people are still flying like crazy. Anyways, Lexus is in third with a 40-second lap. World of Rental Coupes also with a 40, pretty close to Lexus. Sky's Blue, 40. So you can see the average lap times around here is about 40 to 41. I see people are warming up, which is why the bottom is at about 49, 48. You can quickly get a sip of water. But as you can see, today we do have a packed lobby. Everyone is in here. Oh, I actually need to join the VC real quick. Apologies. Hadn't noticed. A second follow up and keep up. Wait, hold on. Let me quickly. Yeah, I'll just say muted in the VC, just so I can hear their communications. And see, though, the drivers are doing pretty good. Apart from those few chicanes where they just keep flying. And now the walls are currently, right now, set into quali mode, which means they do not damage you, but instead they will slow you down. Oh, that's a bad crash for the Red Bull there. As you see, a lot of people, they're trying to go ahead and take as much as the curb as possible. But if you don't know, to prevent corner cutting, there are invisible pieces here, which will flip your car if you run straight into them, which is what a lot of drivers are trying to do because they're trying to find the limit here. But I see it's pretty dang hard. Now, currently in last place, Weeblo with a 59, but I believe he did just join, so he is getting warmed up. Adam Minecraft is in 15th with a 43.8, and fastest still is Ada with a 39.0, which is going to be a new lap record. Although this is during qualifying, so let's see if he can do it during the race. Now the track, I see someone ask, is the track longer? And no, it is still the same exact size. It just kind of looks longer because of the perspective, I think, of me flying around. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, we just watched everyone crash over there. So that is going to be a fun watch, a fun corner to watch. Honestly, I'm going to be surprised if we don't have any red flags during this race because, oh, that was bad. So right here, we also do have invisible parts. So what happened to the Williams driver there, he hit that. He flew here, hit an invisible part, and flew back up. So it is going to be a tough race, but hopefully the drivers in 5 minutes are going to be able to figure out the track limits and where these invisible parts are. So they hopefully don't crash, but honestly, I think a red flag is probably going to happen this race. Here's a Cadillac driver. Ooh, and he was able to make it fairly clean. He did smack against the wall. That's fine. And this guy, in a real race, that would have been over for him. You see, a lot of drivers are getting pretty close to this wall. That Ferrari crashed. So you really have to be careful with it. And since that corner comes right into the sand and the dirt, the car does become harder to steer. Oh, almost over the wall. So the Ferrari drivers, I've noticed, are struggling on this corner. Let's go ahead and check out the rest. Okay, okay. Oh, the steak car flipping and flying. Nice, smooth. The Williams and the Red Bull. And see, yep, the drivers are slowly figuring out that they're figuring out their lines, which is good. And I see Prodigy is asking, does that mean I could join F1 or what with a pace of 42? So, to join this league, you obviously have to join the Discord. But then also, once you join the Discord, you either need I believe, a good pace. So I believe probably 40s, low 40s would be fine. Um, or you could go through F2, and then after you race, and I think place high enough, you will get an F1 license and be able to get signed to F1 teams. But no, they do not. They do not have an F3. But they have F2, which is pretty open. Not a lot of drivers in there, so there's a lot of open seats that you could go for. Oh, the two Ferraris gone wide. Let's go ahead and let's not take a look at that. It's been pretty good, pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the times. Ada still in the lead with even a purple sector 1, which is crazy. I believe all the F1 seats are full, but actually no. I think there are some open reserve seats, and an F2 should F2 I believe should all be open or half open. Oh, that was a bad hit for the state car there. Let me quickly go take a look at my race notes. So the corners. So the first two chicanes can be done flat, but they are risky because if you don't lift, it's kind of hard to turn. Oh, yeah, as you can see right there. So you could take out this corner chicane flat out, but it is hard. But if you go ahead and do a flat sector 1, that is going to be an 11.5 to an 11.7. And then chicane 2, or sector 2 actually, the average time is going to be 12.4 to 12.6. And the parabolica is it's a very hard corner in this game. Just because, I see Roblox with the tank chassis. So it's really, really difficult to master, nearly impossible, because you have to really try and turn, like drift turn into here, and then flat out, which is pretty hard. But a good sector 3 would be a 15.3, which as you can see, many of the drivers are hitting, with Ada leading the way and showing people how to actually run this race. Weeblo now moved up all the way from 18th to, that's going to be P6. Wilt moved up into P2nd, taking away Octavian's P2. Indo is 13th. Kanye 15th. Milk in 15th. It's kind of weird. Now we do have a little funny logo over there, so we're just not going to take a look at it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're cutting down to 50 seconds. So this is going to be the last 2 laps for these racers now. So go ahead and watch these BMWs. Oh, what a bad flip. Now this is the last opportunity to go ahead and improve your times. Okay. Doing good. Oh, another bad crash there. I believe that was Milk that just reset, so he is going to struggle. Oh, the Cadillac flying into the wall. Let's watch this BMW finish. 10 seconds to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the grid. So Ada in first. Second is Wilt. Third is Octavian. So Ferrari have P1 and P2. Anyways, um, Lewis is fourth. Lexus is fifth. Weeblo is in sixth, which was a pretty good improvement all the way from 18th to sixth. Ash is in seventh. Sky is in eighth. Icy is in ninth. Reynolds dropped to 10th. Indo improved to 11. DJ down to 12. 7 and 13th. Kanye in 14th. Milk with, I think, probably the lowest start this season with a 15. Not too sure. Adam is going to be starting in 16th. Barcio in 17th. And Jack, who's probably doing practice laps, making sure it was working. He's not in the race. Okay, the funny, weird structure was removed. So now what's going to happen is the racers are going to go ahead and grid up. What was the slowest time? The slowest time was a 41. The 48 is the server owner making sure that the timing system worked. Jack Black isn't participating in the race, so his time doesn't count. Slowest 41. So this is gonna be a pretty fun race, pretty fast. I don't know how those cars are spinning like that. Yeah, people are now slowly gonna start gridding up. Now, both of McLarens are apparently not here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm reading the chat right there. But both McLarens aren't here, and oh, that would be bad for them. Yeah, McLaren Bugatti is not here, ladies and gentlemen. Now I say they might be in these other teams because they accidentally touched the spawn point, but that would be kind of weird. Interesting. Anyways, collisions turn off after lap 2. So the first two chicanes, the first two laps, where the chicanes and all the turns are going to be nice and safe. But it is gonna be pretty hard after that if they're gonna be racing side by side. Go ahead and take a look at the grid. Wilt, Daddy Tomato, I believe that's Indo. Beautiful cars, beautiful liveries this season, I gotta say. Got Icy with the big ice cube head. That's pretty cool. Oh, and the leaderboard reset, so it's gonna take a little bit longer for them to set up since they do have to go check the Discord for their grid positions. Which actually, let me go ahead and double check. So first, Ada, Wilt second, Octavian third. So yeah, no position change. Is the same as it was. Let me go ahead and take a look at some race notes. So the main contenders for this race are going to be Ada, who's the current championship leader, ahead by roughly 10 points, which is not that big of a lead, but it is a good lead. He wants to stay in the lead of the championship, and he has won in Italy once in season 4. Wilt is going to be chasing Ada down this championship, although he is quite a few points behind and he cannot afford to slip up. If he wants to go ahead and catch Ada, he's going to have to stay right on him, and Wilt has won here once before. Octavian, a 3-time reigning world champion, has suffered at the start of season 6 due to his inactivity, which is really unfortunate. Although he is going to want a strong setup for the second half of the season, so he's really going to have to go ahead and make the best of this race before the championship league break. Sky, coming into season 6, Sky wasn't expected to be doing as well as he is now, with having one win to his name and him being a little chaotic during Monaco in season 4. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to show his full potential until now, but hopefully this season will be his. He has, let's see, taking a look at his stats. With the start of season 6, Sky has been able to prove himself as a decent driver who can occasionally get surprise results, such as top 5s and podiums. So he's definitely going to be looking towards Monza, and he's maybe going to go ahead and try and get fit. He is currently sitting in the fifth position for the driver's title, right behind Octavian and Neon. Another contender, Neon, the American driver, has definitely surprised many with how his season is going so far. If you don't know, there have been some ups and downs, but his point finishes have been putting him into a whopping third place for the title, which is really, really surprising. He's right behind Ada and Wilt, so he'll be looking to go ahead and score some points this race. And then we also have Train. Train is someone that we know has amazing pace. However, his races tend to be disappointing. Hopefully, this race it can be good. For example, at Monaco Season 6, he qualified second right behind Wild, but he unfortunately had a crash and he wasn't able to get the win. But maybe this race will show otherwise. Maybe he'll be able to perform under pressure. The grid has almost gridded up. Lights are going to be started soon. I am currently getting a shad. I saw the head, the penguin head. If you don't know, Shad um, was one of the. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, lights out and away we go. Sorry, I got a little distracted there with Nam. But here we are. Smooth so far. Oh, spoke too soon. Two crashes. Parts already flying onto the track. How does pitting work in this league? All you have to do when the pit window opens, for example, this pit window, the first pit window is from laps 4 to 10. All you have to do is go ahead and drive through the pits. No need to stop. Just make a little drive through since the game does slow your car down automatically. The two Cadillacs right on top of each other. Two Ferraris right on Ada. Ada is going to be going to have a lot of pressure put onto him. Now, that is a Red Bull also moving up there. And let me go ahead and move this. Oh, dang it. Let me quickly move this leaderboard down here so you guys can see what's going on. Let's go ahead and do this first. Oh, why am I so slow? Okay, so currently, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Williams are fighting for first place in the first two laps, which can be really interesting to see what happens once the leader crosses the line. Because once the leader crosses the line, collisions are going to be on, and they're going to have to face the chicane. All three of them, hopefully, though would have had to put some distance between them. And collisions are on now. They have to be very careful. Oh my gosh, 3 wide into the first corner, and they make it cleanly through. How does that happen, ladies and gentlemen? Second chicane, oh, and unfortunately the Red Bull crashes out. The Ferrari almost spins out, and the Williams gains a little bit of distance to the Ferrari. People are now going wide. Cadillac staying, I believe that's in 4th place. 5th place is the Ferrari. There goes the Red Bull. Mistake. Let's go ahead and see if there's any damages to the cars done so far. So far, all the cars seem pretty clean. Now, that is a very scary part there because a lot of drivers like to go wide. So if they tap that wall, it's going to be really bad. Let's go ahead. Back to the front now. Williams and Ferrari battling. That's at this point, if any of them makes a mistake, that could be the end of the race. But hopefully, they won't. Hopefully, it'll be a nice, clean fight. Bunch of crashes are happening. Now, the turn 1 wall is apparently non-collide. Oh, what a bad crash. So, as you can see, that's the floor of a car. So that means whoever that driver was is unfortunately kind of cooked. Now, for some reason, 2 walls within turn 1 are uncollide, which is kind of weird. Oh my gosh, the Cadillac crashed into the wall. Now, it is now pit window, so let's go ahead and see who decides to go for the early pit. For the early pit, we got I believe that's the Reynolds and the Ferrari. Actually, let's go ahead and check what that is. Yep, Reynolds. So this is honestly pretty interesting. 2 Reynolds coming out. As you can see up there, a little bit of a crash. Oh my gosh. That's so unlap. Oh my gosh, the Red Bull impeded the BMW. That is going to be penalty points, I believe. Although that was quite unfortunate. Might just be a racing incident. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race from turn 1. Let's see what happens. The Stake rejoins the race. Ooh, unfortunate crash. Although the other drivers go ahead and make it through clean. The Stake driver is struggling. Let's go ahead to the second chicane now. Now, current leaders haven't changed. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, never mind. Spoke too soon. Current leader now is Octavian, as you can see right there. Cadillac going wide. And a second is Ada with a 6-second gap to first place, unfortunately. Now, on this track, 6 seconds is quite a lot, considering that this track only takes like 40-ish seconds to complete. Oh, that's a bad crash for that driver up there. But here we are spectating Ada. No front wing. Actually, no, front wing, just no back wing. So that's going to change how his car feels just a little bit. Ferrari driver here, doing good so far. Let's go ahead and see who it is. That is Blitzkrieg, which is going to be, I believe... Let's quickly find him. I have none of the usernames memorized. Blitzkrieg is Octavian, so that is the leader there. Leading with, honestly, quite a good gap. 9 seconds to Ada, and 7 seconds behind is Lewis Hamilton. This is pretty dang. This is going to be a nice and close race. Here is Wilt, who's currently in 5th place, chasing down Icy. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, that is a bad crash, jumping all over the track. Cars are pausing in the middle of the racetrack. That's a double impediment by the Red Bull there. That is, oh, unfortunate. Cars are flipping. Cars are braking. Pit window closes pretty soon. And one more lap. Now, honestly, guys, I hope you guys now see why this is called the Temple of Crashes, because I believe in almost every corner there's been a crash. Oh, we're crashing on straight road. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go and see how people are doing on the parabolic here. Cadillac making it nice and through. Just gonna go ahead and take a look at there's we got Reynolds, Ferrari, Toyota. So I believe there's only one Toyota driver, which is interesting. I can see all the drivers are going ahead and making it through this turn pretty cleanly. But you do have to be careful because a lot of time can be lost there. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the chicane over here. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. That's unfortunate. Let's see who that was. Oh, and he's gonna be out of the race, ladies and gentlemen. That is so unfortunate. He tried flipping his car, and unfortunately, it landed on the barrier. Now, World of Rental, guy that we just saw crash, is going to be retiring from the race. So that is one DNF so far. Really unfortunate. Apparently, Wilt, Sky, and Lexus have crashed. Let's go ahead and try and find the lead now. It's going to be Wilt. People are sliding against the wall. Honestly, pretty scary because when I've done my racing around here a few times, if you tap the wall with the bottom of the car, the bottom floor, that could be it. Your car can completely break since the seat is welded to the floor. So you really have to be careful with tapping those walls. Thankfully, everyone is making it through clean. Let's go ahead and try and find the leader. Ada has closed the gap slowly down to 2 seconds, which is really, really impressive. Really, really good stuff. And here is the leader, Octavian, leading the race. I believe that's going to be Ada right behind him. 2.5 second gap to P1. Oh, he's closed down now, 1.3. So this is getting, honestly, pretty close. Will Ada be able to go ahead and catch him? Honestly, I believe so. Let's go ahead and take a look currently at how fast these drivers are going. Ada with a 3.5, Lewis with a 3.6, Octavian with a 3.8. So honestly, Ada does have the advantage on this track. He is faster than Octavian. So as long as Octavian and Ada don't make any mistakes, I think Ada will be able to close that gap down purely down to the skill. Now the second pit window is going to be 18 to 25, which is going to be pretty interesting to see what happens there. How many people end up pitting. Oh, unfortunately, Ada has a bad crash. Thankfully, he's not taken out of the race and only some parts of his car break. Oh, that is going to be unfortunate because he was down just to 0.8 seconds. State cars racing together. Unfortunately, one of them crashing and driving backwards. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Ada. He was closing down that gap, and now he has to work again to close it. Ooh, that is really, really unfortunate. Here is Wilt in 6th now. Trying to go ahead and catch 5th, but timing just reset. Milk is apparently lapped. Everyone P8 and below is lapped, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a crazy race because half of the people on the grid are going to be lapped. So if they want to go ahead and try and get into the points, they're going to have to unlap each other, which is really, really weird and really unfortunate. But it does make sense because once you crash on this track and you have to try and flip your car or get it back facing forward, it does take a lot of time and it gives the people in front of you a lot of time to get out, to get away. Wilt currently, though, is 8 seconds away. 8 is at 2.8. So, I mean, this is bad. I'm hearing racer radios right now. Apparently, people are causing impediments again. People are getting clipped. So this is really bad. Blues are being handed out. And a good question from the crowd came, does debris affect the driving? Now, the debris affects the driving to a certain degree, just because it is Roblox physics, and, it's not as realistic. You can't get punctures, although that would be pretty interesting, but debris only really affects when it's big pieces. But when it's these smaller pieces like this, usually it won't be too much of a worry. Blues are being handed out everywhere. Oh my gosh, wait, what happened? Ada is now a leader. Octavian is 1.7 seconds behind. Apologies, guys. I'm just watching this race and I'm in pure shock of what's going on because this is a dang chaotic race. Here's Ada now, leading the race. Octavian right there, right behind him. Will Octavian be able to go ahead and catch Wilt? BMW going off to the side. Not a retirement, just struggling to drive forward, I guess, maybe. Wow, okay, this is going to be a close race for Octavian and Ada because Octavian is slowly closing down that gap, and none of them can afford mistakes. Oh, unfortunately, someone there. That BMW crashes into the wall. I believe that's going to be Milk. Cadillac struggling to get their car back on the road, losing a lot of time. P9 and below are still lapped. And oh my gosh, there's a 20-second gap between 2 and 3. Probably the biggest gap we're going to see today. Who knows? Now, drivers are trying to crash and DNF. Ada goes for the pit stop. Octavian goes ahead and passes. This is a pretty crazy play. So Octavian is going to be able to lead, but I believe he still does have to pit. And Ada is going to have to go ahead and work back through the grid. He is only 2.6 seconds behind, but that is crazy. Oh my gosh, the Cadillac barely escapes. Oh, 2 Cadillacs, 1 Cadillac reset, 1 Cadillac in the sand pit. Oh my gosh, what an unfortunate race with the Cadillacs. Which is really unfortunate because I own the team. But it's okay. Cadillac coming soon. This BMW car looking like a potato with no wings, nothing. Still driving though. Ada is over here. Let's go ahead and see how far behind he is. 6.27 seconds. Everybody who is P6 and below is now lapped, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy race. People are being lapped left and right. Indo in P13 is 2 laps down. What a terrible race this is for a lot of people. The gap between 2 and 3 is 23 seconds. Let's go ahead and watch this battle here. Going to the Parabolica. Side by side. Oh my gosh, almost takes out. Oh, that would have been a very bad assassination. Almost as bad as Kim Antonelli and Charles Leclerc. Alexander, or I can't pronounce the track because almost literally illiterate. Oh my gosh, Ada makes a mistake there through the chicane. Oh my gosh, and he causes a crash. That is gonna be definitely investigated after the race. Oh, how unfortunate. Wilt struggling to stay out of the walls. Let's go ahead and see how he's doing. Oh my gosh. Okay, nice little gymnastics for the cam, I guess. A bunch of cars pitting. Currently, Octavian is leading. Ada is 3.8 seconds behind. Now, actually, that gap is going to close because Mr. Octavian just, I believe, came out of the pits. So they're pretty close. Let's watch this battle here. Oh, this is some close racing. DJ does have blues, and he's in P11. So you can see a lot is going on in this race. Incredible Gas is telling his teammate to box in the team radio, but I guess the driver isn't quite hearing those comms. People are clipping incidents, as you can see in the chat. Oh, unfortunately, Ada! Oh my gosh, Ada with another impediment. Oh, how unfortunate that is. How unfortunate. And Will is right behind Ada, and Octavian is able to carry the lead. But as you can see, Octavian and Ada were 0.4 seconds apart there, which is really unfortunate. Oh my gosh. This is some crazy close racing, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody P4 and down is officially lapped, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Everyone P10 and below is 2 laps down. This is a chaotic race. As you can see, almost in every corner, there's debris everywhere. People are flipping and crashing everywhere. It's right there. And chicane 1, as you can see, chicane 1 is riddled. Oh my gosh, the Cadillac almost flies out of the freaking track. Here's Octavian going through turn 1. As you see, he has mastered it. He's doing incredibly well. Chilling through the chicanes. I mean, wow, what a chaotic race, ladies and gentlemen. And we're only on the lap 25, so we have 14 laps to go. Red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Red flag. Red flag is out. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a bad crash for Ada. So as you see, what happened was his car flipped, hit the bottom with the floor right there. So you see, this is the floor of the car, and the car doesn't have the floor, and the seat is actually attached. The seat is attached to the car. So once that floor is gone, that's it. Your car is disabled. So unfortunately, I believe Ada has DNF'd. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate for Ada there. So they're going to be restarting from lap 26. I believe unlapped cars are going to be let to unlap themselves. Not entirely sure how that's going to go. But what an unfortunate turn of events for Ada. Leading in P2. He led the race for some of those laps. But unfortunately now... Oh, and unfortunately now... He might be out of the race. So people are regridding. I mean, wow, what a chaotic race. I'm going to quickly take a sip of water. Drivers are currently complaining that I guess the track is too hard. Oh my gosh, what the? Okay, yeah, this is sad. Very sad day for these drivers here to them. Lap P4 and down is lapped, which is, I think, probably the most lapped people like since season one, maybe. Apparently, Indo or Lewis have DNF'd. They're currently gridding up. Currently, Milk is talking with the FIA to get Ada out of the race since he has DNF'd, but we'll see. And so let's take a look at the current grid. We got Octavian here in the beautiful, beautiful Ferrari. You guys say they keep cooking little liveries. Red Bull, Obama, Ada in third, Icy in fourth, Wilt, Raymac enemy, Swag and Honey, Swag, 39. Nobody here, which is kind of weird. Indo, Webb, Lewis, or other way around. And then in the back, we got World of Reynolds, which I think DNFs, but I think they'll be let back into the race. Now, collisions have been turned off, and it pretty much happens every time. Once a race is restart or a race is starting, collisions are off for the first 2 laps, and as soon as the leader, in this case Octavian, or who knows, maybe Ada will be able to get it back, but as soon as the leader crosses the start line again, what's it called? Collisions are back on, so you have to be racing carefully. But with collisions off, it does give you some time to go ahead and move up some spots pretty easily. Now in the chat, JMO is saying, well, this track is quite narrow, and that is true. This track is quite narrow. But it's also a really hard track with these chicanes and these invisible corner cuts prevention. So it's gonna be hard. That guy's currently resetting his car. We got 2 people talking up here. Um, McLaren Bugatti though, kind of strange that we're not seeing an appearance from them during this race. Yeah, I don't see any McLaren Bugatti this race. Kind of weird. Alright, the racers are ready. All the cars have been reset. Let's see. The Breeze is off the track since they did reset their cars. Ladies and gentlemen, the race will be starting soon. Lights away, and here the drivers go. Turn 1 going so far, so good. People crashing against the wall. No flips, which is good. People going wide on the second turn, though. Chicane. Okay, doing good, doing good. Oh, the state cars are struggling, though. Especially the one in the back. People are going wide, but making it work. Octavian making already a small, nice gap between P2 and 3. Okay, here we go for the Parabolica. Oh, a car unfortunately gets turned around and crashes into the wall. And Cadillac has moved up the grid. Now, currently, there's a 0.8 second gap between P1 and 2. So this is the last lap of no collisions. Oh my gosh, unfortunately, we have 2 flips. 3 flips. Oh my gosh. That is unfortunate. Ada is in second here. Here they go. Tavian and Ada right behind. So honestly, Ada could make this work if he's able to go get that race pace back. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on with the mid grid. Oh, people are crashing into the walls. Debris is now starting to fill up the track slowly but surely. Now, as we did speak about it, the breeze doesn't make that big of a difference, but there are certain scenarios where if a car hits a big piece of debris at the wrong angle, it could be bad. Ada chasing down P1. He wants that spot. He wants to increase his lead, but will he be able to find the pace that he needs for these last 10 laps? Who knows? Hopefully he will. Octavian hopes not as he leads the race, smashing against the wall. Hold on, let me quickly check my notes. Okay. Oh, it's good. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, Octavian crashes. Ada is able to take advantage of that. Wilt, though, catches up into P2. So currently, P1, Ada. P2, Wilt. P3, Octavian. So this can be a close race. Going into the Parabolica here. Octavian is going to be looking to find his way back up the grid. He wants that P1. Wilt also does too. But Ada is just slowly trying to make his gap. Now, he does obviously have the pace advantage. He does have the fastest lap around this track. But will that be enough for him to go ahead and win the race? Let's go ahead and see what's going on with the bottom half of the grid through chicanes too. Okay, Williams struggling there. I believe that would be Adam on Minecraft, which is fine. Car's going wide on this turn, guys. You have to turn, guys. Come on. I can't be talking. I can't race as fast as these guys, but come on, guys. You gotta turn. It is what it is, though. Here we are. Ada still leading. Wilton Octavian trying to catch him. But they just can't because they just don't have the skill of Ada around this track. This is lap 31. Oh, we have a crash. Oh my gosh. 3-car crash. And that car almost gets DNF'd. Oh my gosh. He's riding on the barrier. Okay, and his car's fine. Okay. If you don't know why I was panicking there, that car was driving on the barrier, which could have disabled it. The stake. Everyone is crashing here, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy race. Lap 32 now. Now, I believe, oh, who's that struggling back there? Octavian struggling, losing critical positions. Oh, and unfortunately, this is going to be a DNF for a Cadillac there. How unfortunate. So sad. Let's go ahead and spectate this driver here. Jack just said there is never a boring race in Monza, and honestly, he's going to be right with that one, ladies and gentlemen, because this has been a pretty crazy race. Wilt currently has a 0.9 second gap, or Ada has a 0.9 second gap currently to Wilt. That state car just paused in the middle of the road, thankfully away from the racing line, but can't really be doing that. Now, Wilt obviously is closing down that gap slowly but surely to Ada, so let's go ahead and try and catch them through the Parabolica here. Ooh, Ada did make a mistake there. Wilt is going, catching him. They're going to be 0.26 seconds behind. Oh, honestly, probably even closer now. Oh my gosh. Now collisions are on, so if they go side by side into a turn and they crash, that could be the end of the race for the both of them. Lap 34. Oh my gosh, Wilt finds a way to pass Ada in that chicane. Ada makes a mistake and goes into the sand pit. Gets passed 3 times, unfortunately. Oh, that is it for Ada, ladies and gentlemen. Unless he can go ahead and catch them in the next 5 laps. And if the next 3 drivers in front of him can make a mistake, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, he might not be able to get P1. Maybe he'll be able to podium. Who knows? Let's go ahead and see what's happening on at the rest of the grid. One of the Cadillacs is doing good. Adam is racing and crashing, but he's getting back into the hang of things. That's fine. Whew. Let's go ahead and fly over. Stick chasing that William. I believe no, that was the BMW. Apparently, Ada has spun. Let's go ahead and try and catch the racers. Cadillac going wide into that turn. You can see the racers are trying to work up the grid through these last few. Now, Wilt is the race leader. Scott. Oh, unfortunately, the BMW has unfortunately reset, which will mean a DNF for them. P14 and down is lapped 2 laps. Wilt is leading the way. Sky is blue. Icy does have a blue flag, so he moves out of the way for Wilt. And Octavian, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a 1 and 2 for Ferrari if they can go ahead and hold their stuff together. Oh, unfortunately, Icy there crashes. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch these last two guys. Ada is in fourth. 1.2-second gap to P3. How unfortunate. Yellow flag, ladies and gentlemen. Yellow flag. Let's go ahead and see what's happening. Icy was resetting, so it's fine. They can race again. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this might be Wilt's race. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the race. How everyone else is doing. Ada is in third. Taking a very crazy line there. Oh, that's an unfortunate crash. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? That is crazy. Here's Ada though. P3 currently with a 5.8-second gap to P2. So unfortunately, hopefully, this is... Actually, wait, hold on. Last lap, ladies and gentlemen. This might be a Ferrari 1-2 with Ada coming in third. Hopefully, as long as no mistakes are made here. Let's go ahead and catch the Ferraris on their final corners here now. Wilt doing good, taking the grass line. Octavian right behind them. Coming back on the second to last straight here. He goes ahead, goes into the Parabolica. Onto the last straight, to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. And your Monza race winner is gonna be Wilt. P2, Octavian. And P3 is Ada. Ladies and gentlemen, what a crazy race, ladies and gentlemen. This has been probably one of the most chaotic races we have seen here in a long time. Let's go ahead and see how you guys are doing. So here's the winner. Wilt in the Ferrari. Second is Blitz. And third is Ada. What a wonderful race for some of these drivers. What a crazy race. Plenty of crashes. Had a red flag. Lots of DNFs. Honestly, what an insane race here. Now, honestly, it's going to be pretty interesting to see kind of what some of these incidents are going to turn into. Maybe some people are going to move up and down the finishing line grid now, but unfortunately, for now, this is going to be it. P1 and 2 for Ferrari, and P3, Ada. Ada had a pretty good chance at winning here, but unfortunately, he had some struggle there during the race. But so did a lot of cars. Honestly, what a great race. Hello, Wee Blue. So that wasn't Adam, I guess. Apparently, my bad. What a good race, though. Hope you guys did enjoy this race. If you guys want to see more races, I will be streaming them almost every Saturday. It is going to be race week. No, I believe The league is going into a break, so there won't be any races for a little bit. But thank you everyone for watching the stream. Make sure to join the Discord if you want to go ahead and race. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Enjoy your weekend.